Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all enjoying the conference so far. So I'm Jane, I'm one of the directors of the World Divination Association, and I read runes and tarot and Lenormand. I do sigils. So today I'm going to be talking about manifesting your way into 2022 with your sigils. Hi Gerda, hi Garth, hi Maria. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. If everyone writes their names down and says hello, uh, saves me getting less nervous. Hi Diana. How did you all find Tony's live? I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit flustered because I put me 2 years and coughing fell in health for me. So I didn't have a chance to start asking my runes and things about how things was going to go. So I've been like, wow, mind's blown. Hi, everyone. So the sigils that we're going to be doing today, they're going to be, Maria's had sad news and fatality. Yeah, when you have coughing in health and you think, wow, and then you pull it to clarify, with your little cards that's left, and you get snake and birds. It's a bit of busyness there. Hi, Dorothy. That's all right. I'll catch you later on, hopefully. So, what we're going to go through today is sigils and how to create sigils to bring about the best 2022 for yourself. Now, if you've been doing any of Tony's spreads, you've been going to be doing spreads later on with anyone else, these will all be applicable. So what you'll be able to do is, if you're seeing any problematic areas, which is what I'm going to be doing, you make a sigil for it so that you can actually have a better outcome and change the turnaround of what could possibly be occurring. As well as that, if there's something specific that you have in mind, then obviously we can look at how you can go about manifesting that for you into next year. There's quite a few different ways in which sigils is used. I use my sigils always for the highest good, and so that any changes that I'm bringing about for myself or for other people when I'm being commissioned to do so is for the highest good of themselves and for other people, and also that it's going to bring about fundamental change and bring about a way in which they can empower themselves to move forward in their lives in a way which is going to be beneficial for them. What I would say is, if you're really wanting to do any kind of manifestations when it comes to next year, you've got a few weeks left of this to really be sitting and thinking about what it is that you want. What are you wanting to introduce into your life next year? What are you wanting to actually bring about? What fundamental changes is actually burning within you to be created? What is it that you're needing or wanting in your life? And from that, on New Year's Eve, I would say, sitting, I'm going deaf now, paying attention, sitting and actually from that, thinking quietly, reflecting upon the year that you've had, what you would like to change, what you want to implement, and then create a sigil specifically to introduce this for you. Let's go through some of the comments here. Diana, Tony was amazing. Tony is always amazing. She's a phenomenal lady. Facebook user, don't know your name, so if you can write it in the comments, otherwise I can't greet you personally. Hi, Yuri. Looking forward to this. Hi, Karen. Hello. There's quite a lot of Facebook users saying hello to me, and I really can't see who you are. So, should we look at then what will we like? How do we go about manifesting? What do we need? Hi, Tasha. Hi, Karen. What do we need to know when we're creating these sigils? What do we need to know when we want to manifest something? Well, first off, you've got to believe that it's possible to have this change. You need to believe that anything is possible, and that as soon as you're setting it out there, that's it taking place. The thought is energy, and that in itself is manifesting. So when you're putting energy into thinking what you want to create, if you want to think about when you're drawing your sigils, what it is that you're drawing in, that's actually in its essence manifesting right away. It's actually starting that process occurring. When you're using sigils, it's really important to know that you can put them in orders. So you can put them in the order in which you draw them out, because I use my cards, if you're confident doing that, or if you want to just, if you're looking at them like what I do, I just kind of know where to place them and how to place them. But I would also say you also write down what it is that you're manifesting and what each sigil is that you're using. And the more descriptive you can be in that sense, then the better, because if you're just leaving it open-ended, you could end up with something that you're really not expecting in that case. And from that, you know, better the devil. You'll get what you're given, you'll get what you ask for, but it might not be what you anticipate in the ways in which you can imagine. Hi, Carlton. Garth says a year without catching COVID would be a good start. I think, yeah, I would agree with you in this. It has been a bit of a sucky year with all the restrictions with COVID. Gerda's asking in order how I put how the flow best together. Is that okay? That is fine, Gerda, because you're actually then using your intuition and drawing them how you're feeling compelled to. So you're allowing yourself to actually really use your intuition in the ways in which that you're using them in the order that you can do. I would say if you're not confident or you're unsure, then stick with the orders in which they're in. And if not, then you can look at, you know, drawing yourself, you know, what you're drawn to. I just allow my pen to just go and it just puts it in whatever kind of position that it's needing to go. Hi, Brant. So I want to manifest that llama in the black background, including the lights. I don't know who that is because it's coming up as Facebook user. But yes, it's pretty incredible llama. I like that it flashes. It's nice, isn't it? It's Tony's. It's not mine, but it's a llama and a half, that one. So should we get some manifestation going now then? Who has got something specific that they would like to manifest other than the llama? I don't think I can help with that. Hi, JP. Other than that llama, who would like to manifest something? And I'll actually put the overhead on and show the processes in which to do it. And then we can actually relocating, manifesting a release on codependence. It's down as Facebook user, so I can't manifest unless I have your name. And the same for a stable relationship. Jasmine said that. Manifest the best work year 2022, Tony. I always attracted this. Nadine wants a boyfriend. Sheila wants a new art project. Manifesting serenity. So we've got quite a few to go down on. So unless you write your names, I would suggest, because there is quite a lot of Facebook users. So if you would write your name and what you're wanting to manifest, then we can look at that. And what I'll do is I will look on Gerda's first for a relocation. So I'll just flick over to the overhead 1 second. And then we can look at now. So Gerda is wanting to manifest for relocation. So let's see, Gerda, what you're needing to look at to manifest. And then I will do, who can I do next? Carlton. Carlton, I'm drawn to you for some reason, so I will pull yours next, because I think there's something really pulling me towards doing you. Gerda, help with relocation. So Gerda, I don't know if you can see those, but I put 5 sigils there for you right away. So what I would say is when you're actually looking to be making a sigil, you'll sit and you think about what it is that you're wanting to manifest, what you want to bring in. And it's really actually lovely, these ones that's pulled. So I pulled asking for you to bring your relocation forward, shall we say, to make it happen for you. And the ones that are all pulled, they're all ones for a higher purpose, and also connect the cards. So you've got that decisions and that higher self. Actually, the decisions that you're making the correct decisions, not based upon impulse, not based upon ego, but out of that place, that higher conscious place, the places of that betterment, not just for yourself, but for all, allowing you to actually navigate through that. So actually, once you've made those decisions, once you know that right path to take, to actually be able to do that. And with that mediator, that's being able to bring that neutrality. So that's being able to bring that communication style that in its essence is very neutral and very matter of fact, but allows you to assert yourself in that sense as well. And from that will bring you success in what it is that you're looking. So for regards for a relocation, I think that is actually beautiful. The fact that it's all about kind of that higher good. You know, you're making those correct decisions. You're having that kind of higher insight, insight into others as well as yourself. You're actually being able, you know, to move through and see clearly the directions you need to take. You can actually harness those like communication, your communication style with others, and actually assert yourself when needing be within that to actually bring about that success happening. So I would say these are your sigils. Now I could draw them, I might draw them. I'll draw girders and I'll draw Carltons, and after that I will show how to do them. I won't draw anymore possibly. How are you feeling about that girder? So if I'm going to draw this, what I would say with this is, so navigating today's date on the 11th of December 21. So for girder to have relocation in 2022, to see correct decisions to take for the highest good of all, make that transition, communicate. I'm going deaf again. Effectively, neutrally, and bring success. So there you go, girder. That is your sigil for relocation for 2022. I did it in order from top to bottom. So what I done, girder, was because they were simple, they were looking so beautiful in how they were as well. It just flowed, so there was no need to actually change those cards for me. There was no need. It was bringing that insight in. You know, it was just bringing it forward. Hi everyone, is it working? Is it back on? The internet has gone off. Sorry about that. That's the hi everyone, is it working? That's the thing. Tony's here with the laptop to see to get it back on. Wow, I'm glad. So people see me again. That's good, right? So now I need to find out where I'm at because everyone I've lost it. Right. Carlton, I know I was to do you one, so could you write for me again what it was that you were wanting? Because I can't see. Garth saying that he likes using my cards to make sigils or shuffle and let spirit decide what you needs in it. That's what I do as well, Garth. Sometimes I just know what it is that I'm needing, but other times, you know, I like to let spirit make that decision for me. No, I can't find Carlton's comment now, but I was really drawn to doing Carlton. So Carlton Griffin, release and codependent relationships. I knew there was a reason why I needed to do Carlton. Let me see. So here we go. I'm shuffling again. I'll move this one out the way because this was Gerda's. Gerda, I'll take a photo of that and send it to you as well. So can you tell us what deck that is that you're using? This is actually my sigil deck. These are my sigils that I created and that I make it with, and I also have a book on how to use them and what they're all for, how to use them in a spiritual aspect, for health, for work, for everything really. So let's see, Carlton. How does Carlton, what sigil will help Carlton? Release codependent relationship. How can Carlton? I'll get Tony or Maria maybe to put the link in for my deck and my book. I will do. So Carlton. So Carlton, what I can see from that is you're actually needing to expand your actual mindset in that essence. So it's actually allowing expansion and growth within yourself. It's actually allowing you, with the highlights card, what's showing for me from that is that it's actually going to show you issues. So it's going to show you issues within yourself, but it's actually going to show you issues within other people as well. So them codependent kind of behavioral patterns that you might follow at times, you're going to recognize them as soon as they happen, and you're going to have an expansion of that. So you're going to really see them really quickly. It's going to actually draw in an energy that's going to allow you to make decisions, better decisions for you, better decisions actually based upon your highest good and what is good for you, and decisions that are actually going to prevent you from continuing with them behaviors should you go ahead with it. If you let me know what you think about that, Carlton, I'll get that drawn up for you as well. I'll just write this down. So expanding, and I'm going to actually draw this through. From that, embodying. So you see, Carlton, how I've drawn yours with that. So that's actually just combining them all in. It looks a bit mishmash, but obviously I'll take a photograph of it for you as well and send you it. So that is for Carlton. To grow in himself. To see issues of codependency. Quickly. Draw in drawing better decision making, creating a barrier towards codependency. Sorry for my wonky writing, but I am left-handed. So, is that all right for you, Carlton? I hope you're happy with that one. So like how you saw, I actually just shuffle through my deck and I allow the cards to be drawn of what I've to use. Now the deck actually comes, I've got the thing here, the deck comes, I've got 4 different colours of cards. So I've got the pinks. Now the pinks are all about actions that's needing to be taken. So when a pink card comes up, it signifies an actual action, it's an actual doing. The gold ones are more for like a higher way of being. So they're like more we're drawn upon your divinity, making like higher self, better decision making processes, things like that. The teal cards are all connector cards. So they're actually like bridges. They make connections with other things. So when you see them coming up, it means that they're actually serving as a purpose to connect to other things. And also with the purple cards are like the shadow aspects. So they're the things that you kind of block out, or you're wanting to block from others, you want to block from yourself, you're wanting things repelled. Those are all within your purple cards for the shadow aspects of that. Now, what I will say is how specific that you've been. So creating a barrier towards codependency so that it's actually blocking that from growing any further. Like I say, you've got to be really specific, because if you're not very specific with it, then obviously, you know, you could be manifesting something for yourself and find it to be quite triggering that you're not prepared for. Let me see what's going on in the comments here. So, somebody's written that I love to work. I do love to work. I just, I really like doing sigils and things like that, energy work. I love reading for people as well. So, let's see what's going on. I'm using Tony's computer, so I'm not that great with it. I might be good with cards and things like that, but I'm not very good with technology in that way. Sigil, Facebook user who's wanting to manifest a business. I can't do that for you because you've not written your name. I'm very happy for everybody that's written. They like my deck. What are the 6 cards I've got on the side? So these cards are you read. These are all just, these are within my deck, and these, I can pull one up. These are just little flashcards in which you can actually like see what each card individually does. So every single card that's a pink card, I'll have a thing. So with this one, with highlight. So you've got this, if you've got the sigil up for highlight, then you look on here and it'll say highlight, and as a quicker glance, what highlight's actually used for. So when you're needing something to be highlighted so you can see easily in situations, especially ones regarding issues, which is quite significant as that came up for Carlton there. So that's what them cards are. They're just like little guiders so that you've got a quick glance knowing of what they are for. Gina. Thanks, Garth, for putting the link up for me. Left-handed people rock. Yes, we do. So Yasmin, Tony's telling me to get Yasmin a decent dude. I wasn't going to be doing any more sigils for people, but because I've been told by Tony, I will get a sigil made for Yasmin to get a decent man. So let me see. Yuri's asking, how did I come up with my original sigils? So the I'll flick the mic so I can tell you. The sigils, actually, the reason how I came up with the sigils was I was actually seeing symbols everywhere. I see symbols in a lot of things. I see them on people, I see them on walls and trees, and I was seeing symbols all over the place, and I was just drawing them down. I was writing them down, making notes of them, and then these are ones that I've actually like channeled for a purpose to be able to use and share with people. So in that essence, I found that I was making sigils and making them into binds before I really understood why I was drawn to doing that. And then obviously when I channeled all my sigils, I started making binds with runes to begin with, and then I started creating sigils, channeled them and was using them. I found them to be really, really effective for me, and I asked Spirit, could I also share them with other people, and I was told to do that. So there is some that I can't share, but every single sigil in my deck and everything like that are ones I personally use that when people commission me to make them sigils and binds, and they're also ones in which they're tried and tested and they have a strength about them. But they're not quite the same as runes, as somebody's asking. They're not the same as runes. Runes are actually a divination system in themselves. They're a tool for divination. You can make binds with runes. Runes have a strength for of their own. You know, you've got every single possible life or universal scenario going on within a rune, and we all carry it within us. The energies of them are very, very different to a sigil. A sigil is pure alchemy, and a rune is a divination tool in which you actually connect with. That would be the difference, I would say, with that. Thanks, Maria, saying that my sigils work like a charm, and yes, they do. I will do Yasmin's manifestation of a boyfriend. Yasmin, if there's any particular age group or something like that. I mean, obviously I don't know your age, and if I was to just do something random, there's a potential for an 18-year-old to rock into your life and be like, I don't, unless you want to be a sugar mama or something like that. But if you want to have kind of a specific age range or something like that, then I can do that. Otherwise it's like potluck, and what you're going to get is what's going to come forward for you that way. Thank you, Gerda. Between 40 and 55, it's a young muscle man. Between 40 and 55, it's a good job. I did have an age range in mind. I thought I had to check that. Otherwise, you just don't know, do you? Right, I'll flick it back over onto the other camera, and then I'll create your sigil for you. So, let me see. So I need sigil for Yasmin. Sigil for Yasmin. Find her a compatible man. Interesting. Love. Man. Age of 40 and 55. What can she? So what I'm seeing right away from that, Yasmin, is sometimes I would say that you have a tendency or you've had a tendency to actually block yourself in that aspect. I would say you block your own success with regards to a relationship. I would say in that aspect there's some kind of element within yourself, so there's some kind of trauma or wound that you carry with you that actually prevents that. So what it shows from that, because you can see quite thingy, is the shadow aspects. The shadow card actually needs to highlights the fact that you could potentially have some healing to do. So I will bring this forth for you. I will warn you that you may be slightly triggered, so because it's also going to unblock you to be able to bring this into you, because something can't be brought into your life until you let something go. So it's about getting rid of all of that gumph that you're carrying that you don't need, that trauma or pain that others have passed on to you. You need to kind of let go of all that and shed that off before you can actually welcome in this new. So this sigil is showing to me that that's actually going to be the case. So you might actually be quite triggered within your emotions for a period of time whilst you're releasing all of this and actually healing from things that you've probably buried and not wanted to acknowledge at some times before you'll actually get that love brought into you. So if you could comment whether or not you wanted me to go ahead with that, because I want to be quite responsible in the fact that I am warning you that it is going to be quite triggering on your emotions until you've actually let go of that pain. It's going to actually crank it open and have you release it. I'd rather have your permission for that before I just do it, and then you'll be taking a trip to Trigger City and not be able to manage that. Little boys would be no good for Jasmine. Yes, please, go ahead. I am hormonal anyways. Wow. Well, I don't know what country you're in, but I'm glad it's not Northern Ireland, if that's okay. So, let me see. The 11th. So I always say, right. So what I've done here is for Yasmin to see, release, and heal from old traumas, should we call them. Now, I don't know why I'm writing this, Yasmin. But it's for the reason, I think, because I'm going deaf as hell. So, for Yasmin to see, release, and heal from old traumas that block from successfully welcoming and making decisions in entering relationships which are healthy and meaningful. So, Yasmin, like I say, I would have a box of tissues. I was going to say a bucket handy. You might need that as well. Box of tissues at hand, because I think that you might possibly be finding that certainly over the coming weeks, you will start feeling more emotional as things start cropping up. It'll probably work within yourself. It'll be as probably memories resurfacing. So you might start actually remembering things from your past that's probably you've clung on to, little things that's triggering you, little things that's caused you pain and hurt, and you'll actually sit and you'll need to sit in those emotions. You need to accept them. You need to allow yourself to feel them, because the only way that you can release something is by allowing yourself to feel it. In that sense, it is something that's within you, and it's something that is not for your highest good anymore. So there's no need to keep it within. You've got to let it out, and part of letting it out is accepting that it's there, and burying it is only going to repress it even further. And in that essence, it is not going to bring you what you want, or allow what you want, and deserve what you deserve to be brought into your life that way. So it's about thinking that this has got to go, because it's preventing you from getting what you truly deserve in your life, and settle for nothing less. So let me see some more of a comments. Has anybody got any questions at all? Love to watch it drawn. Thanks, Yuri. Thank you, Gerda. Honestly, I should pay you. You're like on every live, like I need you up with like pom-poms and things. You're like my #1 fan. I really, really appreciate everything. How am I so awesome? I don't know. I was just born that way, I suppose, isn't it? I don't know. I don't think I am. I think that everybody's got this potential within them. It's just that you've got to kind of understand it and accept it and harness it, isn't it? I still think there's lots of people. Everybody has got it within them, and I think that one of the things with my sigils that I like to do is I like to empower other people. So I could sit and draw these all day for folk, but at the same time, people want to be in control of their own lives. They want to actually actively be able to create these changes for themselves. So in that essence, it's about empowering other people and making people empowered enough to want to create change, positive change within their lives that's actually going to be at the betterment of them and everyone else around them, rather than at the detriment. And that's really something that I feel strongly about, and I'm all about empowering other people and letting people feel empowered in themselves and brave enough and confident enough to know that anything's possible. Anything is possible. You've just got to believe it and actually strive for it as well. Steffi's offended. Why are you offended? Steffi's my fan as well. Like you and Gerda at a joint top. My #1 fans. Manifesting your objective in your life of retirement. Thank you, Annette. Is it only paper or can they be put on clothing over skin with creams? That's a good question. I don't know who it is that's written it because, again, it's Facebook user. But what I do is when I create these sigils for people, when I create binds, I always send them the bind, but sometimes I'll come up with specific instructions. So there might be a specific place on the body in which I'll ask them to draw it on themselves, or I can ask them to put it under the workspace. Like Maria has hers where she works to actually bring that in. It depends on what I'm drawing and why, for the purpose of what it is as well. And also I get kind of drawn to tell people if they need to do something more with it. I think drawing on the skin, like I would use a UV pen in that sense, like Tony suggests to do on the psychic development course. That way it's kind of like invisible to all. But it allows that it kind of intensifies that. If anybody's wanting to draw them on themselves, if they're creating their own sigils, for example, I would say get a pendulum and look at where in the body to draw it, if it has to be drawn anywhere. But I kind of get a feeling of where it means, and they do add some people do have to draw them. Maria's my fan. I'm bigging some people up and I'm offending others. I love everyone, and you know, you have a kiss stamp book, it does. What about with tattoo? So, I mean, I'm covered in tattoos everywhere. And what I would say is, it depends on what bind that you're making, isn't it? I mean, if you were to create a bind that you were wanting to meet the man of your dreams, would you want that tattooed on your body? Because it's always going to be, in that sense, it's there. I would say for a tattoo, I wouldn't personally, but everybody's free to do what they're wanting to do. And if it was something significant and it was something that was going to be like you were wanting to carry forth forevermore, because obviously once my binds have taken effect and I'll hear word back from that person, it's worked or whatever, I'll destroy it because it's done, it's what it's needed to do. But if it's something that's like you're carrying on it all the time, do you know what I mean? So in that sense, personally, no. What if you draw cards for an intention and it doesn't align with what you think? Does it mean it's not for the highest good of all, or I don't see it as I should? So, I mean, what I do is as well, I don't know if you noticed, Gerda, especially when I was doing Yasmin's, so I use my sigils as well as a form of mediumship. So I'll look at them binds and I'll know what that person's actually going through as well. So some people can say like, what bind am I needing at the moment? And I would pull my cards and I would be able to know what it is that person's kind of experiencing them. So in that sense, if it doesn't align with what you're thinking, is it aligning with what you're feeling? Because your thoughts and your feelings are two different things entirely, and I would make sure I would just sit and have a think about that one. Mine is under my pillow and a copy under my laptop, one in my wallet and one on my desk. Take no chances there, Marlies, and I think that's covering all bases, and that's a really positive thing to do as well. Tony wouldn't tattoo. Gerda, if I tattoo it on my mind, it can be erased, but it can. Imprinted on it. I use transparent pencil on my body for sigils. Garth doesn't care if people see it or not. He's got so many tattoos, a little bit more, it won't make a difference. That's very true as well. Thank you. If there's no more questions, I'll get going so that Maria is in 20 minutes and you can all get yourselves a nice cup of tea and get yourselves toilet break and settled down before the next session's on. Maria, I think he's doing a 5x5 year ahead, I think, or something like that with the tarot. So I'm looking forward to that. Although I'm a bit dubious about doing it after doing Tony's last one and getting cough in there in my thing. So, hi, Hermit, you've caught me right at the very end. But thank you very, very much for everybody that's commented, everybody that's watched, and everybody that's participated. I hope you have all enjoyed it. I've enjoyed myself, even though the internet went off. Thanks very, very much, and I'll see you all again.